Hey, pilot, welcome to Ready for Pushback. I'm Nick Fialka. It's another solo show. We're at the end of 2025, and I hope yours was awesome. Mine was super fast, and today is a solo show about your journey. It all started as a spark. Maybe it was the sound of jets racing across the sky, or the feeling of your heart racing as you watch a crop duster flying low and slow. Even then, you knew you were meant to fly. For pilots, it's more than just a job. It's a calling. The early mornings, the long hours, the relentless training, you didn't do it for the money. You did it for that moment. That moment when the wheels lift off and the earth falls away beneath you. But flying is just the beginning. The journey to your dream job takes more than just skill in the sky. It takes strategy on the ground and a lifetime of learning.
Most pilots don't understand what career opportunities are available in the world of aviation. Learn how to go from good to great, from flight school to regional to major, and from hopeful to hired. Whether you're sharpening your skills, building your resume, or preparing for that big interview, this is where pilots come to level up. Let's get ready for Pushback. Here's your host and my dad, Nick Fialka.
This solo show is kind of struck me. I was writing it, and usually what I do, here's how I write solo shows. I have this list. I think I've talked about it before on my phone. I've got a notes thing, and whenever I hear something interesting or motivational or oh, that caught my eye, caught my ear, whatever it is, I write it in those notes. And I probably have 200, 300 topics, themes, whatever. And so when my editor, Jeff, reaches out and is like, hey man, you need to do some more solo shows, I say, okay, cool. Let me go into my notes, find one that I want to talk about. And then I sit down and I write it out. I write the whole thing out. It's pages long. This one today was 3 pages long. And it takes a long time. It took 2 days of effort to write this one because I was kind of going back and forth on what I wanted to talk about. And I'm glad that it took a long time because it pivoted and it didn't go where I wanted it to go, where I thought it was going to go. And I'm interested in talking about that right now. This one bothered me. It bothered me so much that last night I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't get back to sleep. And I got out of bed and I went into the library and I sat down with my computer and I finished it because it was haunting me. I don't know why, but it's the end of the year. So, and that's okay. And that's good. So this one kind of comes from a conversation that I had with this guy that I'm mentoring, and he's on his way to the airlines. He's pretty early on in his aviation career as far as age goes, but as far as flying goes, he's gotten pretty far. He's in that messy middle kind of part. He's got about 2,000 hours of total time. He flies in the National Guard. He's got a job at a 121 carrier. He is an upgraded captain, but he's not at his major yet. And he really wants to be at the major. He commutes to where he's going and all those things. And he's just looking for the opportunity to get it at a major. And we talked for 45 minutes on this call about strategies that he could try to break out in 2026 and what things he could be doing to help put those odds in his favor more and more and more. And we talked about a lot of different things. 45 minutes, it was a long call. And we were about to end the call when he said something that not only caught my attention, but really changed where I wanted to go with this conversation. He said, man, I need to get to a major. It's been this revolving door for years, and my wife is over it. And that was really all the alarm bells went off. All the spidey senses popped. And I was like, uh-oh, this is important. And so I asked him, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And he told me that the entire time that he's known his wife, he's been chasing that dream of being a pilot, trying to get to his major airline. They would met when he was trying to get into the Guard. Then she was with him through flight school and then through deployments and then all that like early time building and then on to his 121 carrier where he was a first officer. And now he's commuting to that job, trying to get enough hours to upgrade. And now he's upgraded. And because he's upgraded, he is the junior captain at the junior base, which is a 2-leg commute to his base. And he has to build hours for who knows how long, and she's tired. She's been with it. She actually understands the aviation industry. She has been involved in that a lot, and she's tired. And he's gone. And even when he's home, there's always other things to do. And is there ever going to be an end to that madness? And man, I have so much empathy for that. And man, I understand that so much. And when that happened and we started talking about that, I realized that was the most important part of our conversation. Because it's the real part about being a pilot that nobody ever talks about. And that's the fact that what we do, even though it's super fun and it's really rewarding, all those things, you really struggle internally with trying to balance flying and family and friendships and all of those things. To the person on the other side of your kitchen table, it can look a lot different than how it feels to you. It's not hard to draw a line from the person I love is out there building hours for the betterment of our relationship and our family to my spouse is always gone. He'd rather be gone. He'd rather be out there with his buddies doing all those fun things, and I'm just here alone. I'm at the house. I got to do all the things at the house. I got to take care of the house. Maybe I got to take care of the kids. Even when he's home, he's mentally checked out because he's focused on trying to get to the conference, or he's trying to pick up extra flying, or he's got to volunteer, or he's got stuff with the Guard Squadron, or whatever it is. He's never here. He doesn't care to be here, and it's never going to stop. And buddy, that is such a slippery slope that is super easy to get to. And so I want all of you listening to be very careful, because what I want to tell you is to be intentional, and I will get back to that. But the whole point of this aviation thing is that everyone says that it's the world's highest paying part-time job. Everybody says it, and it's true. But you don't get to that part-time job status immediately. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of years. You're paying your dues. You're doing all the flying. You're spending all your money. And you're more focused on getting to that point. And the more dues you pay, the more time you're gone, the more things you do, and the effort that you put in, the faster you're going to get there. Maybe you've got a timeline in your head where you're like, oh man, I got to make it to the major, and you're flying your ass off and you're picking up every bit of extra time that you can to go fly. You're on the road hours and days a week. You're goal oriented. You are a person who's scope locked on getting to where you want to go. And that is awesome. Go fly, go get after it. Sprint hard, do it. But if this job that you've chosen starts building resentment and frustration with the people who you love, you need to stop. You need to reevaluate what's going on. Because the job that you're doing is not worth the relationship damage that it creates, or losing somebody that you love because of a job. Why are you doing this job anyway? It's because you want to provide for the people you love. You want the opportunity to have more time with them. Right now, you don't have that time. But you're looking to get to that point where you have the time to give them the things that you dream about. But if you're driving so hard that you push them away, if that brass ring that's out there is a little too shiny and you lose that relationship, was that sacrifice worth it? Hell no, it wasn't. It was a waste of your time, and now you're worse off. And that's not where you want to be. So that leads us to, what's the solution? And I want to take a second and say, I'm not trying to preach. I'm trying to bring it forward to everybody's attention that the people we love are important. And this is a much deeper rabbit hole than the conversation I had with this guy that I was mentoring, but it just triggered something in my heart to come to you to talk. So what's the solution? What is it that we do? I think that it comes down to kind of one overarching theme, which is that you have to love bigger and you have to love harder than you have been. It's incumbent upon you, the pilot listening to this, to drive that. I have seen it in my own life. I've had both, I've had successes and failures in it. And so I feel like I'm in a pretty good zone right now. I feel like Anna and I have a pretty good tempo of how things go. And that's awesome. And it's super fun. And I can say that because she doesn't listen to the show. But sometimes she does. And then she comes and talks to me about it. We actually spent our morning this morning drinking coffee, talking about this episode because she noticed I got out of bed. She's like, "What's going on? Did you eat those cashews?" I was like, "Yeah, I ate the cashews." And so here's what's up. Here's some of the thing. I'll give you some tips that Anna and I have done. And the number one thing is that when I get in the door, I put my phone away. It is a really hard thing for me to put my phone away. I do a lot of the social media stuff. I like it. I like those dopamine hits. I get all of y'all are reaching out and we're having conversations and doing, making our way towards it. But I have to stop. I have to allocate time to participate in your life and the social media sphere and all those things. And so I put my phone away, upside down on the kitchen counter on silent. And it lets me focus, and it lets me focus on her and establish presence with her. And I think that goes a long way, especially because we have 5 kids kind of pulling us different directions. Another thing I do is I try to spend time together with her before we jump headlong into chores or errands or even the podcast. Usually that means playing with the kids, trying to lighten Anna's load a bit. One of the things, we have this little bathroom next to the kitchen that we've been working on together to redo it. It's another whole thing where she got some more wallpaper. If you listen to my old shows, if you want to hear about my conversations in wallpaper, but that she likes a project. That's why she married me. She likes a project. So I try to dive into those projects. I am her perpetual project, right? But I also try to take the initiative with the chores that we have to do, whether it's the kitchen or dining room or get the toys out of the garden off the front porch. I try to lean into that stuff, take the initiative when I'm home, try to do bedtime with the kids. Maybe everybody's going to read books together. Maybe the 2-year-old wants to go to bed early and we're going to get him into bed early and I'll take care of that, or she'll take care of that, or whatever. But when I'm gone, she's doing all of those things herself. And so when I'm home, I want her to feel like there's relief. And I'll often ask her hey, what can I take off your plate? What is it that I can do to help you? And those are things that I do to help her feel love and to help her know that I'm here and thinking of her even as I've been gone. I try to reset with her. Another thing that I do that's been really fruitful, and I think that could be fruitful for your family, is try to find a way to give your spouse a break. take the kids solo for a couple hours, go to the park, go to whatever, and go have fun with the kids. Let your wife or husband go do the thing. Like, hey, you need to take a nap? Are you tired? Do you want to go to the spa? Do you want to go get your hair did? You got some errands you want to run? You got to go to Ulta and spend all our money on makeup? Like, whatever it is, like, give that person the opportunity to do it and give them the option. Like, just, hey, this is your time. Everything else I'm handling. Your time is your time until you come back. So just go. Go to the library, go to the coffee shop, do whatever it is. Have some personal time, because personal time is sacred. And when you're gone, it doesn't exist. So it's really tough for them just to have some time to themselves. So look for ways to do that. Another thing you can do is look for ways to have great, deep conversations like you did when you were dating, like when it was new, when it was interesting. Set aside some time. Look for 15 or 20 minutes of uninterrupted time. That time comes to Anna and I at like 7 a.m. before the kiddos get up and do all that stuff. But when you are doing those conversations, I want you to avoid talking like about bills. Don't talk about your schedule. Don't talk about your flight schedule, especially. Like, dive deep. What's been on your mind lately? What do you need more of from me? Like, how's it going? What can I do? And those things will build great, strong relationships. Protect your home time. If you are home off of a trip, understand when you should pick up extra flying and when you shouldn't pick up extra flying. If the opportunity is there, you need to be on a team together to do that. Anna and I it's funny, we have this agreement like, hey, I'm a junior captain, so opportunities for extra flying don't show up very much, but when they do show up, they're pretty lucrative. And we have this standing agreement that if one pops up that I can qualify for, I should take it. However, this December has been chaotic with weather and this and that. And so there's been a lot of opportunities to go do this. And I've actually stopped putting my hand in the air because the opportunities are there all the time. But I just realized, like, man, I got 16 days off this month and I've got to fly over Christmas. Like, I need to make sure that I'm spending time with my family, and I had to fly over Thanksgiving. So the more time I can spend with my fam right now, the better. Make sure you you make an opportunity and an effort to set up family time. Look for things. Maybe it's family movie night, maybe it's game night, maybe it's whatever it is, but look for time to be like, this is what we're doing as a family. And also, if you've got kids that are using devices and stuff like that, like, get those devices out of there during family time, because it just should be. You should have a relationship with your brothers and sisters. You should have a relationship with your mom and your dad. You don't have to be diving down on your phone. You don't need to have the kiddo playing Fortnite when everybody else is doing a puzzle. Do the things that are helpful for everybody as a whole, and treat your days at home the same as you do your duty days at work. I know you feel this duty to work, to get things done, to get the flying done. Like, don't just waste your time at home. There's a duty at home as well. And so be proactive and intentional about your home time. And that will help build this feeling in your family of like, man, we have such a good time together. And because we are focused on ourselves at home, when you're gone, I can't wait to spend more time with you, and I don't resent you. And I have this deeper feeling of love and this bigger feeling of understanding of what you're doing while you're gone. Because the job that you're doing, the flying that you're doing, yes, it's fun. Yes, it's important. However, all of that flying is nothing without the people that you love. And the trick, I think, is to thread that needle of having a fun, important job while ensuring that, like, the people who are left at home knows that your priority is still them. The tricky part is actually going to be once you make it to whatever that dream job is, whatever that final destination place is. When you land your dream job and you've got it, that's when you actually have to force yourself to treat the job that you've been hustling for so many years as a part-time job. If that's the goal, then treat it like that. The money comes. The money shows up. Your 401k, your retirement is going to be bigger than just about anybody around you. And that's cool. So the value is in being home. The value is not making more money because you're just going to pay more taxes on that money. The money's bigger and more available. And that is going to mean you are going to have to make those deliberate decisions on how much you really want to put in the time and effort to be away from your family. It's actually a lot more difficult than you think. And I think that's probably a solo show for another day, but I don't know. I hope you're sitting in the car with that person that I'm talking about right now. And I hope that you guys can spend a couple minutes talking about this and see where you are on that spectrum. See where he or she feels like they're loved or they're ignored. And I'm thankful for that conversation that I had with this guy I was mentoring. It was just like the most top level part of a conversation that, hey, my wife definitely doesn't like me being gone so much. And then it just was my mind unraveling that to a really deep level. So I mean, it has literally haunted me all night. And I'm glad to finally get it out here so I can like sleep again. So have that conversation with the person you love. Anna and I had this conversation this morning, and it was really fruitful and really good. And a lot of the notes that I took, all the things that I said are built in to this conversation because of Anna. If you feel like you're not on the same team as much anymore, I want you to find a way to start healing those wounds. Find a way to get successes and make yourself better as a team. That's where you win. That's what it's all about. It's worth it. I think that's probably it. So, happy 2025, y'all. I hope 2026 rocks. We'll catch you on Monday.
All right, pilots, that's the episode. I hope you've really enjoyed it. But before you go, do me a quick favor, subscribe to my show, and leave me a review. Give me a 1-star review if it was totally worthless. Give me a 5-star review if it was the most amazing thing you've ever heard. I want to hear from you. So if you can give me a review, subscribe to the podcast, make yourself a little bit better, I will be happy. You'll be happy. We'll keep crushing. I cannot wait to see you on the next episode.
This podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The views expressed are those of the hosts and guests and do not constitute professional advice. The producers and sponsors make no representations or warranties regarding the accuracy, completeness, or applicability of the content.